Alright, rough cut freaks. This week, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not reviewing a movie. I'm going to be reviewing a book. It is called Horror Movie Freak. It is from Krause Publications, right around 2010. It is written by Don Sumner, and he writes to me, to Doug, Don Sumner. I got this book, some of you will remember I did a review of Horror Hound Weekend, probably back in 2012. And when I went to that Horror Hound Weekend, I was actually very excited for this book because I had seen the advertisement in a few different magazines and on some horror sites, and I was like, man, I need to check me out that Horror Movie Freak book. Met the writer. Very good guy. He's very talkative with you. He'll sit down and just kind of talk horror movies with you back and forth, and just very personable and just a real nice guy. He sold me the book for $10. I think it's usually right around $20, so I got a deal. If you look in the underbar, there's the websites to check it out. I believe it's like KrauseBooks.com or shop.collect.com. But basically what this book is, it's a very, very easy read. Some people would call it like a coffee table book. I kind of hate that description, but it's true. It's like the perfect book to have on your coffee. It's a good book to have on the coffee table because you could just flip through it, or you could do like I did. I read it cover to cover. Every once in a while I'd sit down and read a few different pages, and I went cover to cover with it. Basically what this dude has done, he has put together just some of the best horror movies that you could watch. Some very obscure and some very popular. But what he's trying to do, he's not saying that they're the best ever made. It's the best to get into the horror genre. So it's more of, if you consider yourself a big horror fan right now, here's some of the ones you should rewatch, or some of the ones you might not have seen yet. Or if you kind of like it, or you think you might like some scary movies or thrillers or horror movies or whatever, he kind of classifies them for you, breaks them down into different categories, and shows you which way to go to watch them. It's really a creative way to do this. For instance, so what he does, let's look at the beginning here. He breaks them, aliens in outer space. Another section is evil from hell. Another section, obviously, vampires. So he does a real good of categorizing it that way. The opening is great. Starts off why we love horror movies. He gets in, look at some of these pictures. He got the rights to some really, really cool photographs from some newer horror movies, some classic horror movies. He gets into the rules of survival in a horror movie. And he shows why he rates them the way he does, the rating methodology. Did I say that right? Methodology. I always feel like I'm so stupid when I'm pronouncing big words. Okay, so he gets into all the categories: Asian horror, band, anything you need to know about, he gets into it. Remakes. And then going through the book, you are going to recognize a lot of these horror films if you're any kind of horror fan. And rounding out the end is the top 10 horror movies to watch right before Halloween. Like leading up to 10 days to Halloween. So, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it's 10 days to Halloween. Top 10 movies to watch leading up to Halloween. And then in the back, you got this cool Night of the Living Dead CD. How awesome is that? Not that that's not everywhere anyway, but it's kind of cool that he's got it there. And it's got a little quote by George Romero on top. Cool book. He really gets into the, like, he doesn't babble on. That's what's so great. Like me, I babble on all the time. I'm sure it's annoying as shit, but you're watching, so hey, whatever. Each thing, each description, a page. Yeah, like one page. Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon. What's next after that? Let's take a look at Frankenstein. One page. And he just hits all the details. People have wrote novels on the novel of Frankenstein. It's just crazy. It's like, he just does a great job of making it quick, to the point, and fun, and he makes little jokes here and there, and I can't say enough about Don Sumner and Horror Movie Freak. I think it's a great book. I think you should check it out on the websites in the underbar. And if you ever get a chance to go to a horror hound or something and you meet this guy, you're going to like it because he's a cool dude. So, until next time, I hope you're enjoying horror movies all year long. I am Coffee Doug.